Yesterday I asked you, except I didn't. It wasn't yesterday, it was like last week. So it'd be like last week oh my god. That's why PewDiePie calls it Luai. But it wasn't last week, it was like the week before. So I guess in this case and on this channel would be last month I asked you, which would be Lamai. Anyways, last month I asked you to help me design my new studio space. And this was the blank canvas I gave you. That's what the room looks like. Well, not what the room looks like at the moment. Actually, currently, like today, the room looks like this, which as you can see is pretty horrendous and messy, but I'm going to be going through all the stuff you guys have thought up today, put in a few ideas of my own, and together, collaboratively, we will design the new studio space. And this video is me taking your ideas, my ideas, putting them all together, and I thought it would be fun to share the process with you guys. So let's go through some of your suggestions. A mural of like a giant stoner. I haven't had much of a look of what people have put together yet, but I believe some people have really gone over and above, and some people have just had a little bit of fun. So we'll probably see some memes in here too. Namabond totally created a 3D room to show what the space could be. That's really cool. I like that wood texture on the wall there. I do have a limit as to how far I could go, but that's pretty nice. It's got a bit of a presenter desk vibe. Ooh, Andriana, I like that. I do think there is something to the fake metal beam things. Oh my god, look at that palette coffee table. That's cool. Ooh, I like this. I'm gonna save this as inspiration. Photoshopped an interior. What is it? Is this just merch? It's all just merch. I like it. Get one of these bad boys. Are you proposing a heist, Freddy?
I've had some great holidays like that.
Steal some Renaissance sculpture from a museum. I like the way you think, Freddy. People are communally suggesting pipe shelves. I think pipe shelves might have to be a thing. This is one way to put it together. Just like copy and paste Google image pictures slapped on top. I like it. You've got notes. It's all laid out. I mean, it gets the idea across. This is intense. JAZZA'S Art Factory. That's intense. That's pretty cool, but I mean, that would be a lot into building that, and I'm not sure how versatile that giant set piece would be between videos. I like your imagination though. Some color behind the shelves. Giant paint tins as seats is not a bad idea. We're getting a lot of people submitting like mood boards. Some emotional guy has sent me pictures of hanging plants and hanging lights. Look at you guys all doing all the work and thinking for me. Thank you. Now, there are a few people who have created the space in The Sims, which is a really clever and effective way of doing a 3D representation of what you can do with the space. Nicole Carl loves interior design. Hey, that's cool. There's a few cool things about this. I like the pipes. This is cool. I'm saving it. Well done. And you guys have such great ideas. This is really fun. I should get you guys to do more for me. Actually, we're probably going to like renovate our front living room. Do you want to collaborate? And then we don't have to pay an interior designer. I don't know if my wife will love the designs. They'll probably end up having lots of paint splats and Jazza avatars. I'd be cool with it. I wouldn't mind that for my front living room. Lieutenant Cake did a cool picture. You have to look at it like this. I'm assuming the room isn't tipped on its side. I'm assuming that's just the picture. I like the beanbag. I like the pendant lights. This is cool. I feel like I don't have enough space to pull that off properly, but I like the aesthetic. Good lord, that's cushy. That's cool though. Is that a giant egg throw on the couch? Swan Star Design did this room with a green screen door. Now, I will admit, I saw this before I made this video. I saw this picture on Twitter. I became obsessed with the idea of a green screen door. I nearly thought I should do it, but because it would be A, bit too expensive to build just for the sake of the gags, and B, would probably get pretty old pretty quick for you guys, I opted out of it. So just know, Kate, I nearly went with it. I love the green screen door thing, but to actually do green screen properly, you have to light it properly. Like, you'd have to spend over $1,000 to build a door and then you'd just use it for like 2 jokes, and then people would be like, oh, you're overusing it for those stupid jokes. Oh man, Cat's gone to town. Again, we've got these steel beams everywhere, which I'm a huge fan of. Oh, I like those pendant lights. This is fun. We're like doing like interior design together. I think it's pretty clear I need some green. I love this idea. I'm gonna save this as inspiration. Hey, look at that. There we go. Giant palette on the wall. A palette is guaranteed. I gotta do that somewhere. A palette either as a wall or a prop something. That's a great idea. So, Vienno thinks I'm just missing a mariachi band. I mean, that could be a good look. That would definitely fill that space out. A couple concepts I had in mind for the Jazzy art space. It's just the Part 2 set. I'm gonna save this for inspiration. I love it when people go above and beyond to make their idea a reality. Now here's something cool. There are a lot of different pipe depiction, like, you know, using pipes to get the industrial look, but I haven't seen like the valve wheel thing. Plus I'm a fan of valve, and I think that would be a good nod to that, but also it looks industrial, so I'm gonna save that to remember that. Whoa! Damn it, Eddie 007 has gone above and beyond. That looks cool. That's quite enclosed too. They've done like the framing and painting all within that space. I'm just blown away by your talent, guys. This is so cool. Oh my God, there's another green screen idea. A window that can be opened in front of a green screen. So many possibilities. Oh, don't tempt me. I'm conflicted and inspired. So I'll have to think about it. And speaking of thinking about it, I'm going to take all the amazing ideas you guys have put together and see what we can come up with. Except for that. Maybe that's not exactly what I'm going for. I've been struck with an idea. The green screen door / window gag, I can't let go of. And I just thought of a way where it might work. I can't do it as a door because there are too many complications. There's too much building involved. And then also if I can actually build it, it'll take up a lot of room to then do effectively. But the window thing could work really well. I could, in theory, use like those backlit light pads as like a base, and I could have curtains in front of it as a window, but then if I open them up I could slot in green things and have them as a green screen, and it won't be too expensive, especially because Huion does an A2 LED one, and I could in theory hit them up and see if they'll hook a brother up because you know, we go back, we're friends. All right, I've got my list and I'm gonna start to sketch in the stuff I know I wanna have, and we'll shape it around that. And I wanna start off with the big steel frame because I think they are definitely gonna be a feature. So I think we could use the steel frame as like a division between the brick area and the wall. So if we do another steel pipe here, this will sort of like give a clear indication as to where I can stop putting props, but it could still be filmed past that and it would still feel like one large room, which is sort of the idea of what I'm going for. For pipes, let's start with pipe shelves and then move to actual prop pipes along the wall or in the room. I think we need the pipe shelves along this wall to break up this visually. I like the asymmetrical pipe shelving, so I'm going to do the ones that sort of curve a little bit, have different sort of directions. So if they're the pipe shelves, then we need some pipes in the actual room that carry the paint around the studio. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do this, but I like the concept. Now, if I'm doing this window backlit thing, that will be 4 things that need a power supply. So I could use whatever pipe I put to run the power supply for all these things. I could make it look like the pipe here goes into the wall to another room or somewhere outside. I don't know. I'm not a plumber. I think it's going to be very obvious to anyone who knows about plumbing that this is not properly plumbed in pipe. I think this is the point where I need to let myself get lost in thought. And then once my ideas have really taken shape and I'll add some color and refine them a bit, I'll show you guys what I've done, what my thoughts are, and start planning actually making it. Whoa! Did we just travel through time again? Yes, we did. It's been a couple of weeks since the design session earlier in this video when I went through all your designs and did a bit of one myself. Now, what you saw at the end of my design session was something I was pretty happy with, but then with a little bit of feedback from my wife, for example, replacing the curtains that makes it look dated with just sort of like a steel black framing to make it look more industrial and cool. Things like that, simplifying the space and adding some green and even a custom JAZZA logo. This is what we've ended up with. Now, it is a work in progress still, so even with some of that feedback and it has been reshaped into something I'm even happier with, there's probably still going to be some changes in the final form of what the space will be from that design that I last showed you. But there are a few elements that I really, really love that I definitely want to be in there. One are the industrial shelves, the seat that I have to acquire at some point, and maybe some sort of drawing table, the sign, I'm sold on the custom sign thing, and the window. And that brings me to my next little development, which I'm excited to share with you. I didn't even realize I'd be able to share this with you in this video, but like I said, I thought I'd reach out to Huion and see if they'd hook me up, and hook me up they did! Oh, Hell yeah. Now this video is not sponsored by Huion. I know they do sponsor me pretty much every month. They're like amazing friends of the channel, but they just did this because they're awesome. They sent me 4 of their largest backlit LED light pads. Look at these things, they're absolutely huge. Let me open one up, there's a bit of an unboxing here. With 4 of these, I'll be able to make a bit of a fake window, which is gonna be so nicely backlit. And if you saw in like the design that I had last showing on the screen, I'll show you on the screen now, it has a bit of a gradient in it. The idea I have is that I'll build a bit of a custom frame for 4 of these. Oh, that's a perfect size. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Be a nice big industrial looking window. I'll make a steel frame on the outside. I can slot in the gradient for just sort of generic filming. Or if I feel like being a bit cheeky, I have to try this out now. The idea is I'll be able to put in the power, turn it on. Oh my God. Look at that. The idea is we'll be able to slot in like a gradient or something cool to look backlit and have like, I could do skylines. I don't know, it's customizable. I'll be able to slot them in and swap them around. I'm not very articulate. And then the other idea that I'm very excited, weirdly, about is this. That's quite thick. It's something that I can slot in to have backlit to key out so that I can have a perfectly even and bright green window so I can green screen it out in post, and for a Christmas video I can have a nice snowy backdrop always. Is this even better than the door idea because it's always present? So for Halloween it could be like a cemetery, or they could, I don't know. Point is it's playful and versatile. Now they are drawing pads. They're not actually meant like that. That is not the intended use. I mean, the actual intended use, of course, is tracing. So if I, for example, wanted to trace the cool S illustration, look at that. Not having issues with casted shadows or anything, I can trace around that all the way over. And you can do that to replicate your images or make some alterations, make layered images, or even do a little bit of traditional animation where you flip the page and you move it a little bit. It's cool. Now on their website, their suggested uses are things like professional copy and animation or cartoon, tattoo tracing, craft projects or fabric design, photography, professional tracing in indoor architecture, design and drawing, or as an X-ray viewer in hospital. That's one of the listed usages. So if you happen to own a hospital, probably not, there's probably none of you guys, but all the other stuff is probably pretty useful. But I want them to add fake window backing because it's going to be really useful for that. Well, look at this. If you actually want to use it as a pad thing, it comes with like a free little clip thing, and you can just put this on any side, and that way it'll hold your illustration still, just like that. And that'll be perfect for animation and stuff too if you have a few layers of paper in there. So massive thank you to Huion for sending these to me. That is going to be really cool, and that has really brightened up my day. I'm sorry.
You suck!
So I think that's about where we're gonna have to leave it for this video. We have a game plan. It might change, but it's exciting. Speaking of exciting, it's also worth mentioning that this is video 998 on this channel, meaning that 2 more videos from now will be video 1000. That's kind of surreal, and I actually have a plan for something pretty exciting and big and slightly scary, but also very cool that I'm gonna be unveiling on video 1000, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't, make sure to subscribe to Draw with Jazza for more fun with art and creativity if you haven't, and like this video so other people can see it. Otherwise, there are more videos over there you might enjoy. And I mean, I guess that's it for now. There's big stuff coming and it's gonna be awesome. So until next time, I'll see you later.